Taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, goddammit. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by thin ties. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Darren.
I wish I was saying it was for a grand entrance, but it just wasn't working. Oh, the mustache. Look how gray I got, huh? Isn't that crazy as hell? I look like Puffy Combs, for Christ's sakes. It's crazy. Isn't this crazy? I need some hair or something.
Oh,
Yep.
don't you put that on your
So that
face.
And here we are.
We're back.
No, this is my real hair. This is really what my face. Yeah, we're here. Here we are. They're not going to stop us from talking. That's for damn sure. That's not going to happen. So, nope. We're back. Here we are. So, yeah. I had vacation. That's all. We just had to go on a little vacation for a minute, just like the song says. But hey, we won't go anywhere else. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna stay right the hell here in Maine. So we don't belong outside of Maine, I guess. Just send everybody else to do the dirty work. That's just damn fine. And no one else is gonna know where we. Oh man. So anyway, so some good things happened today. I hear. Well, first of all, let's talk about your rally. Let's talk about that.
Oh, I had a ball.
Yeah, let's get on that. Let's talk about that for a minute. That was good. You did a great job. You did. I did the best I could from the car driving home. But you know, but you did great. You had a bunch of people there watching.
Well, we're going to start doing them once a
It
month.
was good.
And then hopefully you can come.
Yep, I'll be there.
And we can take Tiff and the Punisher nationwide.
That's the plan. I think we have plenty of people that would be there with us, right?
Yeah. I think so.
And we got plenty of things are coming up too that will make it like that. Plenty of things are coming up that will make it like that. Like the courts are catching on. There's no more bull.
Yeah, they are catching on. I went to the webinar today, and a law firm actually was talking today. And they admitted that CPS runs, controls, and owns the psychologists, the drug labs. So that's why they don't want your people there, because then it throws a wrench in their plan. They talked about how they had a child who wanted to go home, and the plan was to reunify, but the foster mom was interfering. So her lawyers, this law firm, filed a motion to move the child to a home where the foster parents would help reunify the family. And I'm like, man, at least somebody finally admitted that they own all this stuff, because they'll never admit it. Oh, it's good.
How can they? No, you know what? That's the way it should be. I got some friends of mine right now that are sitting there that already their kid's been gone for, I think it's been 4 weeks, 5 weeks. From mom, I want to come home every night, to this kid's got a big screen TV in the room, his own bathroom. They're buying this kid pretty much. To now they're concerned about the other family, them upset, and they got a new baby that they took right from the hospital fresh. And now this family went from saying that they were there to help with the reunification to, you know what, these are great kids, and maybe we want to, like, that's BS right there, because the reunification is supposed to be the goal regardless. It's not a job. You don't get to do this as a job, because they start seeing that money, and that's it. Not only do they not have to pay $20,000 or $40,000 for an adoption, they get this free. They get paid for it.
Oh, and not only that, even after the child is adopted, the child still gets state benefits.
Goes on and on and on and on and on, and they're going to find more ways to make more money. There's levels. They have levels of the kid. So if you have a real kid is really sick, then boom, you get that stage 4, which is the maximum amount. This is just ridiculous. If you're going to trafficking, how is it not?
The state gets an incentive. Go ahead. The state gets an incentive to adopt these children out.
There's Maine actually has a thing, and it came about with the case that I know that very well, that if a substance abuse family gets, if they get the child adopted until that child's 18 years old, and the family gets a bonus now until those 18 years old. That's just it. Just if it's a substance abuse case, family with the problem, which most cases they don't even have a freaking problem. The state makes the problem, or they lie on, do it. Like, here's the thing. How come you need only one drug test to get into the post office or the army or any of this stuff, but to be a parent, you got to take 18 follicle tests and 37,000 piss tests, and still it's not good. If you drive a tank, or you can fly a bajillion-dollar plane. You do all this stuff, but not be a parent. Nope, not to be a parent. No, ma'am. Nope, not good enough. I mean, a hair follicle is good back to a year. So why do you need to keep giving them to people? They're not even accurate for current events. They're for the past. So why do they continue? And the amount of money, parents don't pay for this stuff. If they want you to do this, they pay, not you. That's how any of these services go. You don't pay for it. They're supposed to. You know,
that's why they're getting the
That's
money.
what they're not getting it. Right. So you're just letting them have free money. If you're paying for your drug test, or you're paying for your counseling, or you're paying for your parenting classes, that's already supposed to be paid for by the state. They want it, they pay for it. They want you to get new housing? Good. You provide it. And that's the way it goes. That's the rules. I've had a lot of time to think about this stuff. A lot of time. So
They also
it's just
said
asinine.
that judges need to think about the harm they're inflicting before they remove the child, right? Because once a child is removed, like you said, the foster family bribes them, right? So then they say the child is flourishing, this, that, and the third. So the judge will say, well, it's been 18 months. I don't feel like putting him back with his parents. But you didn't think about the harm you were causing when you removed the child.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And the number one most important thing is you got to recommend this. You got the bonding study done for you and your child as soon as they take it. Because then you have something to go by. If you don't, and they help a bond with that, look at your child is in survival mode. And you cannot blame your child for whatever they're doing. They're doing whatever they have to do to get through their thing. You know, it's just like when someone goes to jail, you got to do what you got to do to get by. You know, the family at home has to do what they got to do to get by. It's the same thing when they do this to your child. They take your child has to go and live with some stranger, put in a wicked predicament that they don't even know what the hell's going on because they're not even getting told the truth or whatever. So you got to figure they now don't want to make them upset because they are going to feel a repercussion coming from them if they don't, if they're upset with them. That's what they're worried, so this is all a game that they play. It's all a game that they play because they know how it's going to play out. If you think they haven't done the studies on this stuff, then you're crazy. The CIA, all of these places have done these studies. They know how to break a child. That's why the time period is the time period that it is. It takes 18 months to break a child's heart and make them forget about what they were upset about. That's what the studies show. 18 months. What else is in 18 months? A TPR. Imagine that. You think that's coincidental? Absolutely not. They have forgotten about the love of their parents. That's why they keep your visitations to an hour, because now you just become sometimes a nuisance.
A visitor.
Because
a visitor.
They don't let a visitor. They don't let you bring toys anymore. No more gifts. No more any of this. But yet that foster family can go ahead and shower the hell out of them with whatever they want. Absolute disgusting, disgraceful thing that and the judges, pieces of shit. For real, this is how they think that this is supposed to be. This many kids in this country going in front of the judges. So there's 50 states. How many kids? 500,000. So, how many judges does that even break down to? 100 a state? If that, that's the number. Maybe. I mean, obviously it's not the number, but it's the way it breaks down. So out of all of those judges, none of them in their head think that this is wrong? Come on.
Well, here's the thing. They were saying that the judge is biased about the way their children live, right? But you took an oath to be unbiased and to do your job to the best of your ability. So when you're being biased and you think Joe Smo over here, who's a millionaire, is a foster parent, and mom and dad over here are working paycheck to paycheck, you think that the parents that have the money will love them more than the parents that don't have the money. And it's actually the reverse, because the millionaires got nannies and whatever. And no, they have to stop.
Right. And the family with just the kids is all they have. That's where all their love is to their kids. And that's it. It's disgusting. And I never even knew that the best interest of the child is determined by, it's the judge's opinion on what is best for the child. There's no set standard for best interest of a child. It's whatever the judge thinks is right for a kid. So if that judge was say that judge was abused himself, just imagine this. And I know we don't really abuse their kids, but imagine that a judge was abused themselves. Every case that comes across his desk, he's going to TPR that family, because instantly he's not even going to think for a moment that they're going to think this family is guilty, and that's it. And that stuff needs to be looked into too. How many of these judges, because you can't tell me that a lot of these judges weren't foster kids, because they come from that time period, you know, that there weren't judges, you know, when the judges came through with the baby boom and all that, you cannot tell me that they are not. So those judges shouldn't even be able to rule on this stuff.
Well, and here's the other thing.
It's so funny. You know, they don't even.
Go ahead, because I lost my train of thought.
No, go. Don't go away that fast, Tiff.
Oh, well, the other thing is, the United States Supreme Court said they have to use strict scrutiny. They're not even using that. They're using discretionary. Right? So if they really follow the strict scrutiny rule, we would not be having children removed from homes. We would have more money put into those homes. As the judge said, no, we're not removing them. Your job is to help them. You got so many resources for these foster families. Why can't you take those resources and put them into the family?
They're supposed to. That's the only way they're supposed to get the funding from Title IV, is if reunification is the goal. That's what it says. Clearly, isn't it?
So I wonder what's going to happen now. Well, I wonder what's going to happen now, because Pam Bondi said we will no longer fund CASA, however you want to say it, nor will we be funding the GALs. And she clearly put in it, and I read the article, she said, you are not helping American children.
That's awesome. I'm hoping that they're coming back. I'm hoping that they haven't forgotten about CPS. I'm really hoping that they've been sort of saving this for the grand finale. You know,
I hope so too.
It seemed like it was going to be fire. It seemed like fire at first, but then it seemed like kind of just drifted away.
We missed you guys too. We just had a lot of stuff going on.
But yeah, not a lot at all. But that's that's it. And this needs to go away. And this is what we're doing. We're doing our part. We're going to start doing the rallies. We're teaching people the Constitution. We got Gunner's stuff going on with the affidavits that people need to send in. We got, Brenda. We got all of these people that are working their asses off to stop this. And we're going to stop this. This channel right here, we are going to stop this shit. That's it. It starts with us, and it leaves with everybody else that's in on this channel. This is the crew that's going to stop this. So everybody else needs to get the hell on board or shut up and get out of the way, because what they're doing isn't working. We're going out there. We're putting the boots on the ground. We're finding the people to do the things that need to be done, to do the right things, to get things done. We're not talking about shit. We're doing shit. And that's it. And people want to run their smack. They want to say what they want to say. Keep that for high school. Keep that for somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Go home. Because we don't want it here. Keep that in your own little fan club. That doesn't need to be here. Because I don't give a shit. Neither does anybody else on this channel. All we care about are bringing families back together. The rest of that bullshit, that's for somebody else. Go start your own fan club somewhere. Whatever you do, keep your mouth shut. Look at the prize. The prize is the child. That's it. Get the children home to their parents and stop this from happening. Stop this kidnapping. Stop this trafficking. Stop all this bullshit. Because all bullshit's going to do is slow this down. So get on the bus or get the fuck off. One of the two. Because we don't need it in this thing at all.
Nope.
That's just my opinion. I've seen a lot of bad things while I was away. I've seen a lot of people's true colors of their skins while I was away. And you know, it just dug at me because I thought truly that we were having this big unity amongst all of us, because that's what I've preached this entire time. So have you. So has everybody on this channel. Like, if this, it doesn't work unless all of us are working together, because we can't show them the sizable force. We can't show them how big we are if there's 7 or 8 of us here and 12 of us over here and this over here. And why people can't get that through. And then it's so important for everybody else to, I want to be the one. Good. If you want to be the one and it works, then do it. But I don't see anybody else doing it. I don't see anybody else that they're putting their time in, you know, screaming on this channel day in after day, 3, 4, 5 times a day for nothing. I mean, nothing. We're not getting paid for this. No one's getting paid for any of this stuff. You know, we're not making a dime. This is out of our own time, our own everything to do this. We're not asking people for a goddamn thing other than support and to do what we're asking them so we can show them how big we are. You know, everybody else, it's a farce. It's a joke, and it's disgusting. You want to sit there and argue, because you know what? Ain't nobody out there that's perfect. Because let's be honest, they didn't start investigating you because you were a perfect person. Let's just be perfectly honest with every person that has a case. You did something to bring the heat. You know, now right, wrong, or indifferent, or how little it was, or whatever, something did happen that channeled that, but it's up to you to defend yourself constitutionally. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Life happens to people. And that's what we're teaching people. Constitutionally, you need to defend yourself, because you know what? The people they're coming after don't have the money for the Vincent Davises and the big time lawyers. And Vincent Davis is a good dude, and he does things. He absolutely does things. Let me tell you something. Ron Harrison's a good dude too, and it costs a lot of money to get my ass back on this channel. But you know what? Not everybody has the money to buy their freedoms or buy their kids back. And that's, you know what? I hate to say it, but you know what? If you have a fat pocket, your kids either aren't getting taken or they're coming right back home. If they're not, you need to know how to defend yourself. And that's what we do. That's what we're teaching people. And that's what we got to get back to the basics and just go back and hammer this stuff, because Donald Trump has given this country back to the people, and no one has even woken up to that yet. They haven't even realized that the president of the United States gave us back our country, and no one's acting on it. They're still all just walking around and because I don't think they know. Gunner's right. They took away the cursive writing. You know, kids don't even know how to write in cursive. You know why? They can't read the Constitution. How the hell are the kids going to know a Constitution if they can't even read how it's written? Might as well be in Latin. You know, this is what they're doing. You know, and until we the people stand up and start smashing down on this stuff and saying, no, you're not, they're going to keep coming at us. But right now, we have the opportunity to have the upper hand and come out in force and blast these bastards. And if everybody's going to spend time squabbling over scraps, it's not going to work. Period. It won't. You're just wasting your time. So go do something else. Go do something that doesn't matter. If you want to argue and bitch and complain and everything else in question and say this or that or whatever, you want to point fingers at the people that are actually out here trying to fucking do stuff, and go somewhere else, because you ain't doing shit but pointing fingers. You know, where's your kids? They're not home. So shut the fuck up. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. All of us, we be together. I know nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But let's move the fuck on and let's save these kids. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not
Good
guilty
speech.
too, by the way. Thank you. For the record.
Well, the plan is to get a big enough following to where Darren's family and my family can actually travel across the country and hold these rallies. But right now we're starting here in Winchester. I'm having another rally on May 22nd, or not May 22nd. My God. That's my dad's birthday. That's why that popped out of my mouth. I'm reminding myself. June 22nd. And if
You guys are
Darren's
trying to
still,
plan a rally on that day, you know.
yeah, right. It's June 22nd at 1:00, and I'm gonna go live, and hopefully I might have to get a headset so I can hear you, Darren, if you're not here. And then July 27th, and we're gonna do one every month. We're going to do one every single month until we get enough following. I know that somebody's talking about Harrisonburg, Richmond. Well, I had one couple ask if we would come to California. So, oh Lord, so we can talk about it.
Hell yeah, we'll go. Mm-hmm. I better get a bigger motorhome.
And thank you. Yeah.
We need
Thanks,
some
Deb.
additional parts.
I had a ball.
Mm-hmm.
My
You were
husband was
awesome.
like, "It's different when you get on a mic."
I mean, it's yeah. You're
Go
there by
ahead.
yourself because I wasn't there, obviously. You know, like, but you were by yourself and you were just. I mean, it's not like you. It's not like there was 50,000 people there. So I mean, the energy was probably still great because you did have a lot of people there. But it's not like you're 50 people and you're in a stadium and there's fireworks going off and you get that. You had to make that enthusiasm yourself to go out there and preach like you were preaching. Like that had to come from within. That because you know what I mean. You didn't have. You know, you had the support of your family and those people that were there. But it wasn't like you're in a huge event where you're like, holy shit, feel this energy. Like you had to create that energy. You had to do it. I was worried you were gonna pass out a couple of times.
I couldn't breathe. I don't know how them women be up there dancing and singing at the same time.
Yeah, you had it going on. No doubt about it. No freaking doubt about it. You had it going on. So that's you had that. It was great. It was really good. I hope a lot of people got the chance to watch it because they missed it up somewhere.
Yeah, it's on our channel.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been gone. I've not been with internet where I've been.
Oh, that's right. It's on our channel. Because I went back and watched it, like I told you before we started. I'm like, that's why I couldn't hear him because there was a lag, right? Because my internet wasn't good, your internet wasn't good. Anyway,
Classic mommy. I hate the one in Georgia. I am not allowed in this again. I have been banned from the state of Georgia. So we will not be able to go ahead and she's good at it on her own, but I cannot go to Georgia ever again. And that's a fact. So I apologize, but we cannot go to Northwest Georgia.
we can do it on the outskirts of Georgia.
Yeah, like on the whatever border Georgia, we'll go there. That's fine. But I cannot enter the state. We got plenty. 49 more. We can you know, there's still 49. So classic mommy, you're gonna have to come up or down or east or west. Well, you can't go east anymore, but we have to come west or north a little bit or south. Yeah. So with that one, yes, Danielle can go. Danielle can truly go to that. Sure. We put a little beard on her and she'll say she's the Punisher, and that'll be it. Danielle can handle that.
Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Debbie said, I totally enjoyed watching you.
I know you had was that Timu? Those We the People pants? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Check this out. You're going to get a kick out of it. Before I went on vacation, I got a new watch band for my smartwatch.
Yeah.
Check it out. I should send it to you. It matches your pants. Isn't that funny?
And that's where I got my pants.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah. It matches. I'm going to send you this watch band. So, because we know how you women match up everything.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well,
Good,
I
good.
actually had on
Georgia needs to be here.
We the People shirt, but when I got my T-shirt and I had this hat on too before I went live. I looked like a whole flag.
Tiff
And
is
I
a
had
walking
on these
flag.
shoes.
Oh shit! Those shoes didn't even last 2 seconds on the show. You was barefoot in about 2 seconds. Because I come home. Yeah, come here, little guy. Come here. This little guy. I come home to these little fellas. Come on. Come here. Ah. This little guy hasn't got the memo yet that we're doing the show. Here's my newest little babies right here. My new little fellas.
I
We got
can't
these
see
while I
him.
was gone.
Oh,
Can't see my little
I can see him
buddies.
now.
This is my new batch of little buddies. Yeah, it's my new little friends.
So how many is that?
Yep, there it is. My new little buddies.
45.
That's 20. That's enough. 20. 20 is it. 20 is the limit. I'll tell you what. You think dogs are great? I was a dog person up until the point where, you know what's awesome is when I go outside for a walk, you have 20 of these black little son of a bitches come around you. You look like a weapon to be with. I don't think they could do anything to anybody, but it looks mean as hell. Yeah, you're pretty cool too. I never was a cat person. I wasn't. But you get 2, you can have 20. Real quick. Yep. So
No.
that's good. So what? Yep. But this is good. This is good. Things are happening. And yeah, that's it. I'm excited because what are these bar lawyers going to start doing now? Where they're starting to say that terminating parental rights is wrong. What are these lawyers going to change to? And how soon can they have to change? Because now if you're a bar attorney, you kind of going to have to listen to the fact of the bar says that this is wrong. So how are these people going to defend this stuff? Or how are they going to, how's a district attorney that's a bar member themselves going to go out there and start prosecuting? How are they going to prosecute terminating parental rights when the bar says no way? How's that going to work?
I guess they're all going to have to be retrained.
They can't go. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a bar membership. I have all of that. So, but what does that mean? That they have to follow, right? If they want the membership, they got to follow what the bar says. Isn't that how that works?
Well, yeah, because they'll take away your bar card.
Membership, right?
Whatever.
They haven't taken mine away. They haven't taken mine away yet. That's good. Still got that. They took everything else, but not my bar card.
I sent it to Valerie. I said, "Have you seen this?" And she said no. So I sent her the whole link so she could watch all the episodes that started back in January. So I think she's showing all these videos to these new attorneys that she's teaching.
They better. They better. I mean, they've got to follow the rule. I mean, what is, because that's going to just weaken the bar. That'll just weaken their, like, you need to start getting the word out there about these webinars that this, like asking them to lawyers, things like that. Are you guys listening? Are you listening to what the bar association is saying? They're saying that this stuff is wrong. So stop, stop. That's what we got to do too. I mean, put that on the list of things to do, but we need to start letting these lawyers know, listen to what the bar's saying, because they're saying now, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but I think their biggest thing is the judges.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me. Their biggest hurdles are the judges and CPS, because they said you're going to have to tell the judge without starting an argument with the judge.
And how,
I can't wait for it to come out. The next one.
They went in.
Mm-hmm. No, I told you to go ahead. I was
Ladies
sorry.
First. All right, fine. I told that family today.
Go ahead.
I think it was in New Hampshire. In New Hampshire, it was their 3-month. It was their 3-month review in New Hampshire, And he says, "Well, what do I said, speak your fucking mind to these judges. Don't let the lawyers sit there and not say nothing. These judges, what is going on? Tell them the truth. You know what? This is what you got to do, because your lawyer is going to stand there and befriend the lawyer next to them and the attorney general and all these people involved. They're all friends. Don't let them run your life. This is your child. Fight for your child. You know, if the judge holds you in contempt, he holds you in contempt. But because you know what? You'll have nothing but regret. When you get done, you know what? The laying at nighttime sitting there going, I should have, I could have, I would have, I should have, I didn't do this, will haunt you for the rest of your goddamn life if you don't just speak up. You know, you need to speak up. You have to. You know, be polite about it. You know what I mean? Be polite. If the judge, you know, you can't go into the courtroom. Everybody can't go in like Tiffany, like a loaded weapon, but be cordial. You know, yes, sir, no, ma'am, but Your Honor, I need to speak, please. You know, like, does the court mind if I speak? And you need to speak your mind to these people and let them know the truth about what's going on. Because if they don't know, they can't rule on it. All they can rule on is what these judges are passing on. And if they don't know, then they don't know. So maybe it isn't the judge's fault. You know, maybe they don't even freaking know the bullshit that's really going on. I know that they can't. There can't be this many cases but if they don't know, then they can hide behind that and say, hey, we didn't know. Because how many parents out there know what's in their evidence file? Have you guys checked your evidence, your files, to make sure that everything that you've put in there, you know, have you challenged their narratives? Have you put that, has your lawyer put that in the files? Have the proper things been put in, you know, because you get to court and you realize there's not a damn thing in your file. So how is the judge going to rule on that when you got nothing? You look like an asshole. You know, people need to make sure that they're doing this. This is your responsibility as much as it is the lawyers. This is just as much, if not more, your responsibility to drive this case. Because those lawyers that are being paid by the state don't give a shit. You know, but they still work for you. So drive them. Push them in the direction that you want to push them. And if they don't get another lawyer. You know, like,
so while we were both on vacation, Claire Claire called me and was like, let me tell you what my lawyer did. Her lawyer did a whole 360 on her, cussed her out, did all kinds of shit. I said, come to my house. While she was here, the lawyer I told her to hire first just so happened to call me. He took her case. So she tried to fire her lawyer. Her lawyer typed up something about how she was going to recuse herself and she needed to sign. I said, no. She did not recuse herself. You fired her. She's got all the emails. So I'm talking, right. Well, first I talked to the attorney and I told him all about it. He was like, I'm sorry, she got a fucked up lawyer, but everything that she's telling me should have been brought up by all three of the other lawyers. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to her. He took her case. He also took another girl's case that I'm helping. So he's got 2 cases here in Winchester and maybe a third one. It's terrible. Her own lawyer told her to stop speaking out because the city council didn't want to hear it.
Imagine that. Don't you talk? You hate your kids so much that you're going out to these city council meetings day after day and speaking the truth. And you better shut up about that because you don't want your kids. Juna, you need to get out here. You need to get in touch because you are going to do a show on the other side of this country every day, or at least one day a week, or at least twice a week. You need to do a show because this is worldwide shit and you know it just as well as I do. So we need to get in touch and you need to start doing a show here, period. I've been thinking a lot about this. Scotland needs to hear your voice, and so does Great Britain and everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Arjuna, Miss Clearwater. Hell yeah, she does.
So the attorney that took her case, she said, can I go talk at these city councils meeting? Oh, and her lawyer told her she needed to stop talking about it too. He said, that is your First Amendment right. You can scream it off the rooftops for all I care. Don't stop. Yeah. And she keeps going.
Right. Why would you? You know, when I first got involved with, because I didn't know shit about CPS. I didn't know a damn thing about it. It was that they come, they take your kids, and honestly, and I'm ashamed to say, thought that if they did that, that they were right and you were a piece of shit. That was my mindset. That's the way I thought. And boy, was I wrong. But when they did it to me, we're amazing freaking parents. Couple houses, like there was no wants for our kid whatsoever. Like she had everything she freaking needed. She had perfect loving parents, grandparents, all this stuff, houses, the whole nine. And they did it to us. And we're like, what the hell? I thought it was going to be easy. I'm like, people got to hear this stuff. That's what started me on this whole thing. And I started my podcast and I get like 3 views, 3 things. Like I was happy to have 10. I'm like, woohoo! But I'm like, how is this not getting up traction? Well, then I found out that this is happening to more people than it's not happening to. But where's the voices? Where? You don't hear about it. You don't hear people talking about it because they're ashamed. Well, enough of being ashamed. No more being ashamed. Don't be ashamed because they came and they did this to you. You know what? Be pissed off because they came and they stole your kids. That's what they did. They stole your freaking children. And you know what? Stop worrying. Stop feeling bad. Stop this, that, and the other. Chances are you weren't going to win anyway. Look at the statistics. Don't stand a chance. Once they get their hands on your kid, and I'm not going to put anybody down with this, but until we all speak up and be loud and that's going to continue to happen. Reunification rate is only 12%. 12% is the real number. Don't let them lie to you and say 50% and all this shit. It's real easy. You just have to do the math, do the numbers yourself. It's real simple to figure it out. If you know how to do math, whether it's that new way or the old way, the numbers still come out the same. It's simple. Don't be ashamed. It is enough of being ashamed. That's why we're doing what we're doing, so that everybody knows that they've got people here behind them. They've got a backer. It's us. It's all of us that are on these channels. On this channel, you've got people to stand with you. So do it. Like come out and speak out against this shit because enough is enough. They're stealing the children, period. They're not taking them from abusive homes. They're stealing them from good homes and giving them to people that have money. That's it. Or if they don't have money, they're getting money now because they're all getting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month that they didn't have before. Well, if the family's so bad, Title IV says give it to them so that they can fix themselves. But they're not doing that. Scream it out loud. Let them know, period. And that's what needs to happen. That's what the rallies are about. That's what all this stuff that Tiff's putting together and we're trying to put together, that everybody on this channel is putting together. It's not a bad parent. Not only just that, the constitutionality of what they're doing is wrong. And there's just another way of them stomping on that flag and stomping on our Constitution and making us more their puppets than it is us supposed to be free men, which we all are supposed to be free men, equally created, period. It says that right in that document. And don't get all gussy because it doesn't say women and all that shit. Free men means everybody, period. Not just
Sure does.
men. So it's freaking asinine that I thought that way. And I apologize to anybody that I ever offended about it. But I never realized how bad this was. And you don't until you're put into this. Because you avoid that like the plague. You don't ever want to think of that stuff. You don't ever want to even look at that as an option. Or you don't ever even think about it because your lifestyle isn't that, But let me ask you this. How many kids in the projects do you think get taken away? You don't see, in Boys in the Hood, do you see Boys in the Hood, a movie about CPS coming to the projects and taking the kids, or all the kids becoming gangbangers? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they're doing. And they're creating it so that I hate to say it, but they're making it so that these African-American kids don't stand a chance in life, like be a gangbanger. And they glorify this shit. They glorify that, make them not stand a chance, put them in jail. That's what they're trying to do with the black families and the black communities and the Hispanic communities. And they're taking the majority. I mean, the statistics show like 170,000 white kids, and then it's split with Hispanic and black kids. But you know what? They already got them because they're making them out to be criminals. So the black families and the Hispanic families get it twice as bad. CPS comes and picks up the ones that have worked their ass off and doing what they're supposed to be doing. They come and take those kids, and then the rest of them, they already know they're going to put in jail because they glorify being gangbangers and drug dealers and all of that shit. Like, they don't stand a fucking chance. And it's time we turn all this around. They're doing that to us. We the people. They're making the division between all of us. Like, when is everybody going to wake up and see this shit? Like, that's it. That's what they've done. Because they should be going to these projects and finding the kids that that are actually being abused from their families. And it's not saying that they are in that way, but that's where that's where it's happening because the people are pushed down. But they're not going there. Those kids would have no chance anyway. So we're just going to let that thing ride it out. And that's bullshit. They should be helping them in those communities too. That's exactly what should be happening. So it's just all ass bullshit that everybody's going to start standing up for and realize that this government's got our number and we are too stupid or too weak to stand up against it. But not anymore. Not anymore. They're not going to do this. Nancy Schaefer, 15 years ago, was preaching the same shit that we're still saying, and nothing changed. And we can't let that poor lady's death go in vain. You can't, because she was right, absolutely right. Another Georgian that will never go back to Georgia, another Georgian that got thrown out of Georgia for speaking up against CPS. You know what I mean? So this tells you about Georgia and CPS. So just to let you know, they don't like people that fight CPS. So I think it's the best that us CPS fighters just remain out of Georgia.
Yeah,
To be perfectly honest,
think you're.
it's a
you're
good
right.
way to, yeah. So Northern or wherever we'll go, we'll do that. We're gonna stay the frig out there because I mean Nancy Schaefer didn't even make it there. So, but this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to all of us. All of us. We need to start realizing it and doing something about it.
They also said you need to remind the judge that you're making a life decision for a child when you terminate the parental rights. You're not thinking about the long term. You're only thinking about the short term. You don't know the effects that you're doing to these children when you're terminating the parental rights. So, and you need to watch it. The minute it comes out, I'm going to send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm due to watch some stuff. I got some binging to do. I see much TV. So
Well, you only missed one webinar. They're
you know
not
what?
having any more until
It
August.
just all right, good. I'm safe then for now. Well, I'm safe forever, but as long as I stay out of jail. So yeah, gotta pack it up, and we all gotta stay together, stay the fuck out of Georgia, and we need to fight these son of a bitches from the outside of Georgia and everywhere else. But we need to just, you know what, preach unity, preach the Constitution, keep watching these shows on this channel because we're not gonna leave you. We're not gonna lead you guys wrong. You know, I've preached this, and like I've always said, this isn't my channel. This isn't Tiffany's channel. It's not Gunner's channel. It's not Brenda's channel. It's not Danielle's channel. This is all of our channel. Everybody that watches our stuff, this is all of ours. This is for all of us. This is so all of us know what we can do, what we can't do. And when these bastards come, they don't take your kids, period. That's what we got to make sure of. You know, the number one thing you got to make sure of is that these son of a bitches don't get their hands on your kids. That's rule number one is that. Because once they get their hands on them, you don't get them back. And that's fact. Don't let them get their hands on your kids. You know, no matter what you have to do, don't let them get their hands on your kids. You fight like hell to make sure that they never ever take possession of them. That's rule number one. That's the number one thing. You know, the no warrant thing. Don't let them in your house. Don't let them near you. Don't let them near them. Make a goddamn circle of trust or whatever you got to do. Do not let them near your child. Don't let them be in arm's reach because once they take them, you're not getting them back. You know, like that's the facts. I hate to say that. So I don't give a you don't you know what? Think about it like this. In the wild, if you even try to go take a chickadee out of the nest, that damn thing will peck you till it's dead to stop touching its kids. The same thing. Go ahead and try to grab a wild bear, see what happens. Well, it's time that we start acting the same way. Don't you fuck with our kids. These are our kids. These are our children. God gave them to us. He's made us a creator so that we can make these. These are our children. You have no right to these children, period. You know, unless you are truly an abuser and that kid's got black eyes and all of this shit, then death to you anyway, and you're going to get your justice, I'm sure, because the people in this world still are people and they know what's right and wrong. And I guarantee you ever send a kid to my house that's got a freaking black eye because his daddy hit him too hard a couple of times, I guarantee you his daddy's going to have two of those to fucking answer for. That's facts. And there's plenty of other people in this world like me. That's so. The other people that they're stealing their kids, man, this is bullshit. absolute bullshit. You know, that's it. You're right, Lou. They lie. That's all they do. They lie. They manipulate you. They try to make. They're not your friends. That's what they want. They love. That's my favorite thing. They're so nice. They're do. Oh, they want to do this for me, and they ain't doing shit but acting right in front of your face. All they're doing is getting a paycheck. What do you do at your job? If you're a bartender or a waitress or something, oh hi sir, how are you? Any job, public service. You're sitting there like, screw you, dude. You're a piece of shit. I hate you. Sure, here's your serve. Here's your food. They're the same way. The same damn people. You know, they're sitting there pissed off at the world. They put their pants on just like you do, man. Go to work the same damn way. Pissed off that their husband cheated on them and everything else. And they're coming to take their shit out on you. That's exactly what's happening. You know, they put their pants on the same damn way that we do. Don't let them think that they're anything better than you, because that's what they want to think.
All men are created equal.
That's it. Just because you can't grow a beautiful white beard doesn't make you any worse off or better. I do need some hair. I can't believe how bad this looks on this. Holy shit. I look like an old man. Georgia will do that to you. This is what happens when you go to Georgia. You come back, look like Santa Claus. God damn. Yeah. You know what's funny? Tiff tried to get the cops and CPS and all of them to come. They didn't want to come do shit, did they, Tiff? They didn't show their faces.
Nope.
They didn't show a damn thing.
Why would you want to come and hear a big mouth blonde bitch rat you out?
Because you want to do the right thing. Because but wouldn't you think that you would? Wouldn't you think that the cops would have wanted to show up and hear what they're supposed to be doing? Especially a sheriff. A sheriff especially should have been there, because they're our last line of defense. I'm going to tell. I tried to arrest a judge recently on vacation because they beat my right to freedom. And so I told the sheriff to arrest the judge. And I did it so because it's unconstitutional to not allow me to bail. And well, they don't like that. But that doesn't mean that you don't do it. You stand up against these motherfuckers for every right that they take of yours. That's what you have to do. You don't have a choice, because if you don't, they're going to keep just stomping on people and stomping your rights so you don't even realize that you have them. And that's the problem. That's the absolute problem. So a sheriff is the only true law enforcement because we elect them. We the people elect the sheriff. So they should have been at that rally hearing what we the people are saying about what's happening to our kids. But there are none. Zip zero zilch showed up at the rally. And that's bullshit. All of you law enforcement, do what you do. But sheriffs, the next time you hear that we're having a rally, I think one or two of you should at least show up and show your support for we the people, because it's your job to defend us against we're the last line of defense from us and the tyranny and the bad things that these people are trying to do to us. You are the last line of defense. Read your manuals, read the Constitution, read the Bill of Rights, read the Federalist Papers, read all this stuff, because that's what you're supposed to be defending. Learn your job. It's not just walking around with handcuffs arresting people. Period.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what I'm rallying.
And that is their job, to protect the Constitution and the people that are the beneficiaries of the Constitution, which is we the people.
That's right. Yep. And that's what they're not doing. So we need to get them doing that. That's what my buddy Citizen does. That's what Rick Martin is doing. So there's people out there that are doing this stuff. You guys need to start recognizing these people. If you want to be a part of this movement and be with us, you need to start supporting these people in these positions. You know, like Angry Citizen, he's been trying for years for the sheriffs, like trying to scream out to these sheriff's departments, being like, listen, it's your guys' job to fight against this stuff. And they're not. The bailiff in a courtroom, his job isn't to protect the judge. His job is to make sure that judge rules constitutionally and does everything constitutionally. That's the job of the bailiff. He's supposed to be protecting us from them.
Yep.
But they've forgotten that. So you know what? Remind them. Tell these people this stuff. Look it up yourselves online. This is all true facts. Everybody, this is the things that need to be done for this stuff to change. This is why you can't be ashamed if they've done this to you. You need to be loud and proud and go out and get these people that need to help us, because we can't do it ourselves. It's not going to take 6 of us. It's going to take 6 million of us. And you know what? There are millions of us out there been affected by CPS. We could be a force that could change elections if we would just all band together and be that way. That would be, we would. We could change. We, parents and people involved that have had something involvement with CPS, that amount of people could change everything in the entire United States. Everything. Because there's so many of us. But we can't stick together long enough to do it. So we're here and we're going to do it. I'm freaking tired. That's a long damn time. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. Hot, sweaty. My mouth hurts from talking so much. I haven't talked as much in a month. Oh, 3.
But it doesn't matter because we're back. And I was always behind Darren. Darren knew that. Darren knew what I was doing behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to his mom every day. I love your mom. She's so sweet. I was talking to his wife.
My mom's good.
I was talking to,
Mm-hmm.
I used to talk to Darren almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. It's Tiff and the Punisher. And I want us to go nationwide. I want us. Oh, Claire just made a comment about me. But anyway, yep. So
nice.
Definitely, whether Darren's here or not, Darren's gonna meet now that we're back on. He can start the show for me before the rally, and then I'll take it from there. And if I can't hear him, you'll see me up in the camera like I was last time. Is Darren there? Darren, you got anything to say?
Yep.
But that's the plan.
That ended my trip home. That was the day. That's it. And that's what's going to happen.
This is how we're going to bring awareness.
Is what?
Right? We need to do the rallies because this is what's going to bring awareness. And my big mouth, I'll get out. I'll scream it from the rooftops. I don't really care. What are they going to do to me? Nothing.
That's right. You know, my favorite thing is if you ever watch that movie Johnny with John Travolta. I love John Gotti. He's a great dude, great guy. Like he was one of the best Dons. Too loud, but he was great. But in the movie, he's throwing a party. You know, he's one of his neighborhood parties, and they come up and they're like, "Mr. Gotti, you know, you got this neighborhood party going on. We're not, you know, you're gonna have to." He's like, "You're gonna arrest me." He's like, "Do we got we got enough bail money here? We got enough this, they got enough that." And all of his guys are like, "Yes, sir, we do." He goes, "Light them up," and they send off all the fireworks. He does it right in front of the cops. He's like, "What are you going to do?" He's literally all these people. What are you going to do? And they do nothing. And that's exactly the way we need to be. Exactly the way we're going to be is we need to just be like, "What are you guys going to do?" Because we know you can't do a goddamn thing.
I already do it.
You need to get everybody like you. And, well, I got to work on some things because it didn't work for me, but we'll figure that one out next time. If there is a next time. Yeah.
There better not be a next time.
Keep hitting this damn. No, there's no next times. No more next times. Shouldn't even have been at this time, but whatever. Anyway, yes, she sure was. But guys, we're back. Same time.
We'll be back tomorrow night.
Sound good? Have a good night, everybody.
But now things are so corrupted, they're taking our rights away. Hey, Uncle Sam,
let's go, Brad.
I call Washington today, but nobody's home. We all want to stand for our freedom, but nobody wants to do it today. Can't you see time is a waste and the Constitution we love is fading? Make no tread on the reality, or the USA will be the next casualty. We are here for freedom, those we will protect. Unite for the values we cherish, but watch everything perish. Our men have fought for our freedoms, many women have too. Their blood spilled upon the ground, with the news many frown. They paid a price that many won't pay, now we are letting the cause fade away. The graves are being neglected, by the actions of so many deceptors. The freedoms they fought for in every world war, conflict or mission, so many stayed behind signing petitions, while those awake dying were there to protect them. It's time to wake up in the USA. We are all slipping away into the darkness we once ran from. It's getting worse every day. Now they are taking our children more and more every day. No soldier ever fought for taking our children away. This is not why they bled for our freedom. They didn't die for some cheap pay. We all need to come together, fight this corruption, and it starts today. We need to wake up America, go back to parades, remember true family values, laugh again as children play. These are the things we fought for, 200 years strong, but now we're losing all of this. Don't tread on me does exist. So rise up and be strong. We don't have to go along. We need to push back now, like our forefathers did. It's time to bring back the way it was, when families lived together, all that mattered was love. It's not always easy to take back what they have grabbed. With all of us together we can do it, two loving children and mom and dad. This is our country, it's called USA. So many have fallen, say don't tread on me today.